Thank you very much, Brad. At this time, I'd like to call up Ben Tafoya, who's going to make a presentation on behalf of Congressman Tierney. Ben.
Congressman Tierney would like to be here this evening, but Congress is in session in Washington, D.C. We sent along a beautiful certificate of recognition and a letter as well. Read, Dear Bob, I'm ready to offer my congratulations as you are recognized this evening as the 2010 Outstanding Citizen of the Year by the Reading North Reading Chamber of Commerce. Unfortunately, congressional commitments prevent me from joining your family, friends, and colleagues as they salute your work. You are most deserving of this honor for your distinguished record of public service and volunteer and elected positions from the Finance Committee to the School Committee and now as Chairman of the Board of Selectmen. Your institutional memory and understanding of municipal finance has served you well as you've left your fingerprints on so many positive initiatives over the years in North Reading. You are most worthy of tonight's recognition of your dedication and commitment to the town of North Reading and all its residents. Congratulations and keep up your good work. Sincerely, John F. Tierney, Member of Congress.
Thank you, John. Somehow I think you got a copy of my speech.
Is the cat story in there?
No. I'd like to thank Priscilla and all of the Chamber members who put together this annual event. I think that it serves our communities well to highlight those individuals that contribute. Fire, police, citizens. And again, I thank you. I also want to thank my family and friends for being here this evening. After thinking for a long while about what to say this evening, I thought perhaps a stroll down memory lane might be more appropriate. No, I'm not going to bore you with one of my PowerPoint presentations, but rather how, in a few words as possible, I got to where I am tonight. My wife Angela and I moved to North Reading in December 1966. Being raised in the city, attending town meeting was something new. Wow, your voice can actually be heard. Your vote counts. In 1971, I was invited to join the Finance Committee, having recently completed my master's degree in electrical engineering. I now had time to get more involved. Back then, there were no computers. Budget calculations were done with calculators, and town meeting voted the budget on one line at a time. How many of you remember the flip chart at the head of the Finance Committee table, which was updated with the projected tax rate increases after each vote? Who here remembers that the school committee enjoyed fiscal autonomy? Before Proposition 2.5, town meeting was obligated to fund the requested budget of the school committee. Who was Deanna Castro? Don't you wish we were back then? In 1974, I was elected to the school committee and began a 12-year journey that included curriculum development, facility planning, contract negotiations, and budget preparation. It was during this period of time my 3 children attended the North Reading school system. What father would be so privileged to hand each of their children their high school diploma? Some memorable moments include hiring Ralph Fritsch, a retired railroad executive as school business manager. Ralph brought with him and implemented many ideas from the private sector. He organized the bus routes by placing colored pins representing students by grade level on a street map of the town. I believe that this method is still being used today. With the help of Bob Germino, including introducing computers to the student body, one Apple II and one Radio Shack TRS-80. That year, the students taught the teachers. Redistricting my kids from the hood school to the bachelor's school. My wife was not happy with that decision, but it certainly helped replying to other unhappy parents. I returned to the Finance Committee in 1986 after failing to be re-elected to a 5th term at the school committee. A lesson learned. Never support a school building project when you're running for election. I learned this one more time when I first ran for selectman, while outwardly supporting the Swan Pond School. Time flies when you're having fun. We, the FinCom, purchased a portable computer to aid the budget process. Portable, not so much. It weighed 50 pounds with a CRT display of no more than 8 inches. However, it did function, and using an early spreadsheet, we managed to create an omnibus article model, permitting us to make line item changes and instantly know the budget subtotals and totals. In 1992, I applied and was appointed to the Hillview Commission. I quickly learned that the success of the Hillview was directly related to how the original commissioners organized their roles. The function hall was leased. The course was managed by a professional golf management company. Each commissioner was assigned a responsibility overseeing the operation. The only town employee, and still, the only town employee was and still is a half-time office administrator. The model has been so successful, many communities have inquired about how it has been managed. Over the 12 years spent in Hillview, I witnessed the efforts of a skilled team that managed a successful business, built a new pro shop, made significant improvements to the course, added additional parking, refurbished the function hall, funded the development of Ipswich River Park, and committed to payments in lieu of taxes to the town. Elected to the Board of Selectmen in 2004, I set out to apply all of what I've learned to the betterment of the town. The wheels of government turn very slowly. I learned this along the way. But looking back, over the past 7 years, some progress has been made. The police station has been modernized. The bachelor school has been reconstructed. Half of the Berry Center has been developed. The town has a website. And integration of technology has improved citizen access to information. I thank my fellow board members for their efforts in accomplishing these goals. Yes, it has been one hell of a ride, and along the way I have had the opportunity to work with over 55 fellow committee members who have shared their thoughts and expertise to make the town of North Reading a better place to live. I thank all of you for your help and encouragement. To those who are no longer with us, Tony Whitney, George Sandoffi, Ralph Hudson, Killian Brady, Larry Diamond, God bless. People have asked me, why do you continue to serve? My answer is that I believe that everyone, in some way, should give back to the community. However, if you ask my daughter, she will tell you that my wife does not beat me enough. In closing, I need to thank with all my heart the one person in my life, my wife Angela. Without her support, my journey would not have been possible. She has put up with the long nights, the phone calls, the evenings working at home on town business. There was one year that I would attend a school committee meeting on Monday night, get on a plane and fly to Puerto Rico Tuesday morning, returning Thursday night, 32 times in 1 year. She deserves to share this honor. Thank you.
It is now my pleasure to present our next award to Sheila Clark from the town of Reading. Sheila has a tremendous amount of energy. Sheila and her husband Philip came to Reading in 2001. They had 2 sons, Maxwell and Harrison, right down front here, 8 and 6. And it was in June of 2006, I believe, that Sheila first got involved in the Economic Development Committee, which is a new committee that was established in Reading. And she was elected secretary. Must have been late for the meeting. Not late enough, because you weren't chairman the first time. And Sheila went to that meeting and she had one idea in mind. She wanted hanging plants in the center of town, and she wanted beautification and decorations. And that hasn't happened yet. Although in my email, as president of the chamber, in my email this year, I got an email and it details how Sheila's going to hang those plants, and they'll be up this summer, won't they? Sheila got involved in the several projects through the Economic Development Committee, the downtown alleyway improvement, passport to doing business in Reading. The Reading is Ready for Your Business brochure. Commercial sign bylaws. And the wayfinding sign project that'll help identify and highlight retail businesses, and most importantly, her role in the Reading Street Fair. Now, the Reading Street Fair started out, Sheila was the co-chair that first year in 2009, and I believe when it came time for the 2010 fair, she said, nope, I'm out. And somebody else who's in this room convinced her they would help. Steve, you're still here, right? Steve Goldie? Right, you said you would help? He knew what he was doing. I'm not sure he helped. But I can tell you that I was down at the Reading Street Fair and Sheila sucked me into the vortex. That was quite an accomplishment. The Reading Street Fair, the Reading Fall Street Fair has now become an event for the town of Reading. And it goes all through the center of town and down Haven Street. The businesses love it, the chamber loves it, the community loves it, and I don't know how many thousands and thousands of people were there last year. It's just an amazing, amazing event. And people have so much fun there. That event, that fair, would not have been a reality if it wasn't for Sheila. She ran the entire event, recruited vendors, recruited volunteers, and got it all going. And those of you who were there know how much fun it was. We should also look to some of the businesses that have opened in Reading, and many of them because of Sheila's dedication to bringing economic development to the town of Reading. Sam's Bistro, Sammy Joe's Bakery, Boys, Embellish, Grumpy Doyle's, among others. Sheila is a graduate of Reading High School, and she has a degree from Fitchburg State in Communications. And Sheila, I would just love to know where you get all the energy to do all that you do, particularly for that street fair. So Sheila, if you'd come up, please.
I've got the resolution that has all the whereas. I'm going to read every one of these because I think it's noteworthy. And Sheila, congratulations on what you've done for the community of Reading. And being a little bit new to Reading, that was my second street fair, and I can tell you, I never saw so many bobbing heads when you stand at the top of Main Street and Haven Street and you look down that street. It's very, very impressive. It's become, as they say, quite an event. And I also want to give a little credit to Megan Young. Megan, your first year doing that, congratulations, you did a great job. Michelle, I'm sorry, Michelle, my apologies.